think you're
But
gonna
you know
like
what
it.
I know I like?
What do you like?
I like the last and final and best segment of the Mustache Ride podcast that we like to call Player Pass.
Ta-da!
Because we here at Mustache Ride love video games. And
Except RTSs.
well,
But
maybe.
maybe.
That's about half of us don't like RTSs. The other half might, maybe. We'll see. But probably not. Between episodes, Tooth and I play a game. We come back the following episode and we discuss that game. How do we decide what game to play in between episodes? Well, we spin the great wheel of games to find out. We have a great wheel of games that we add video games to every episode at the end of every episode, and then we spin it to figure out the game for the next episode. And this episode, we're going to be talking about the game Homeless.
Yeah. So Homeless is a horror game. It's definitely horror genre-ish.
Yeah.
It was made by Dark Phobia Games. If they sound familiar to you, then you've played their other game, which is called Graveyard Shift, which I did not know until I was reading about for this game, which is another game that I've played.
I watched you play that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they made that game that released in December of 2023. This game released August 3rd, 2024. So this game is new-ish. It's only their second game. I believe it's UE5. Like it's that sort of vibe. But I'll read the thing. Beneath the dazzling lights of New York City, a sinister darkness lurks. In the hour when the whole city is sleeping, which I thought it was a city that never sleeps, but anyway, a strange and terrifying man emerges from the darkness, intent on shattering your mind and spirit, and that he does.
Yeah. I guess it sounds like we got something to talk about because so far I feel like we have different views on Homeless because personally, I thought it was a little freaky. I thought it was creepy, but overall, the whole package, I was a little disappointed with.
Yeah.
Because presentation wise, it was really impressive to look at.
Yes.
Unreal Engine 5 carrying a heavy load, really making the game look great. The sound design, pretty good. I was freaked out by a lot of the sounds I was hearing.
Yeah.
Atmosphere, top notch. I was freaked out by the way the game looked and felt.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't afraid a lot of the time. I don't know. The guy was more goofy than scary.
I don't know if I was afraid of the guy.
Vulture was his name.
Yeah, Vulture. I don't think I was afraid of the guy as much as I was like freaked out by some of the moments in the game.
Yeah.
That I feel like,
or like what's around the next corner.
Yeah. So I have a clip that I'll play, and this is sort of like the first scared moment I had.
Okay.
Gotta be real. Oh, fuck. It was just a noise. Don't like spooked me.
A scurry.
Yeah. A scurry. Yeah. Brother. And then this is like the scariest part to me. Like that turn on the light, but then nothing happened. That was ideal.
Something happened on like 2 occasions. And one of the occasions was when I think you turned a light. I think it was right after you found the head in the microwave or whatever. But right after that, it showed a bunch of like some nastiness. Next to it
in a blender.
And then and then one other time you turn the light and there's like a different homeless guy. In the back corner, and he's like, "Oh, please let me stay. I haven't done anything wrong. Nobody knows I'm here, and I just want to get through the night." And I'm like, "Oh, buddy."
Did he say anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's all text. There's no spoken words in the game.
I literally saw nothing.
What?
Yeah. No words, no anything. And I was like,
"Oh yeah."
I was like, "What am I supposed to do with this guy?" And I was
he was talking to me. He was begging.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I feel like there were a couple moments like that where the game like probably did rely too much on trying to look good. And then like I feel like some things were pretty buggy, and then like in a transition screen, like the graphics bugged out, like at least on my end. Like I would start to load, and then like the like frame rate would go really weird, and it was just like it was sort of like unsettling to play the game.
Unsettling.
It felt like a VR game that you weren't playing in VR.
Yeah, here I'll give you a clip to play. This is the moment that, well, spoiler alert, but there's a head in a microwave or oven or something at some point.
There's a head in the microwave.
It was a little weird. It's like there was video editing that was involved that made it scary. I don't really know.
Yeah, that's
Jesus, this is a horrible crime. Is that someone's head?
I like how you're turning your head like you're confused of what it might be.
I was reading the inside of the microwave. That's someone's head. But that's like you open the microwave and then it zooms in and jump cuts around, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah, I feel like I had the same thing. It sort of like freaked me out a little bit because I wasn't paying attention, because I saw the mask on the seat, and then it did that like jump at me, and so I was like, but I feel like they did a really great job on sort of like the oppressive feeling that the game had and the ambiance in it, but then they just like didn't deliver on like the thing being freaky enough. Like it wasn't scary enough. There was one part that I thought was just like absolutely comical in my opinion.
Okay.
And it was like you get stuck in this bathroom stall. You can't get out of it. And I was like, what is so freaky? Like, what am I supposed to do? I never knew what I was supposed to do in the game. Oh, he's like 16 feet tall. Oh God. Nope. He can see over the thing. I thought the whole time, I was like, he's going to blast in. He's going to blast open the door. Something's going to happen. And I was like, what is it? He's so tall. There's no way he didn't not see me.
Right. Also,
6 foot tall person with my head probably poking above this thing, and he's literally like peering over the side of it.
Well, during that section, I was like, well, I'm trapped in here anyway.
Yeah.
And so I was like looking up at him. I ended up jumping up and down on top of the toilet.
Yeah.
And like I was just like, well, if you're gonna do it, do it. Like,
yeah, do it.
Don't be all creepy. Just do it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I know one section that freaked me out a little bit was our first encounter with the stranger. Do you remember the stranger?
I do. I'm wondering if our encounter was the same.
Yeah, me too. Now I wasn't thinking that.
Okay.
What the fuck? Hello. Oh dear.
I like that his eyes followed you.
That's not good. Yeah. That can't be good.
I was afraid to look away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, like you can't look away from him or something bad is going to happen. That's what was like going on in my head. So I was trying to back out the door, but I had closed the door.
Right.
And then like I turn around and open the door and nothing happens and you just get an achievement. So I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunity for something scary to happen.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
But instead, I think you just go outside, and I just went around and confronted him, and I think I like tried to walk past him, and then he just like disappears. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you not to loiter. Can you move on, please? I don't have any I have a lot of weapons. nothing came of it.
Nothing happens.
And then you see him again later, like in an elevator.
Yeah.
And you have to get in the elevator and ride it with him. And I'm just like, the whole time I'm like,
sir, are you gonna say anything? Are you gonna help me? I felt like he was gonna be some sort of like helper of some sort. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like that something good was like he was gonna give you some advice, but that never
he was
happened.
Gonna help Vulture trap me so he could eat me.
That's true. Yeah.
The moment that gave me the biggest jump, it was a lucky clip because I was literally explaining the synopsis of the game while like somebody came into chat. I was like talking to them about what the game's about, and then I click on something and then boom, jump scare. What is this game? This game is called Homeless. My name is Albert Smith. I'm a New York subway station security guard, and there's this creepy tall guy named Vulture in my subway, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of things. I've already found a head in a microwave. I found the body that the head belongs to. Oh, shit!
That one got me for like a second, and then I was like, why is he so far away from the door? I feel like that's like another miss of like the jump scare has to be there. You know what I mean? Like it has to be like in your face immediately. There was one part where like I was just thinking to myself and I was like, bold, man. So bold. Ain't no shot I'm risking my life like this. Security guard guy? That's my thought. I feel like in every kind of horror movie or horror setting like this, it's always some person whose job is just like not worth it. I'm not doing that. I'm not going in there. This is not going to happen.
I remember thinking several times, first of all, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah.
Secondly, there's phones everywhere. I guess he tried to call the cops in like the security booth at one point, but then the phone line was cut. And I was like, well, there's hella pay phones in the subway. If you just pick up a pay phone, you could call 911 and you don't even need a coin for that. But no, he didn't call the cops once.
There's straight up millions of people in New York City. Just leave. What the hell?
But the thing is, and I don't want to spoil anything, but there are reasons why it might not have come to mind for this guy. Why he would call the cops.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't work out great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah. So that was my point in it. I was just like, what the heck? I would never do this as a security guard ever.
One last clip.
Yeah.
That I was hoping to show because it just like probably one of the best examples of the sound design.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of like wigged me out a little bit. Brother. Oh, someone's at the door. Must be my DoorDash.
Yeah. I feel like that part was pretty good. The one thing I will say is, where did the glass come from? Like, I feel like all the time I was looking for the thing that caused the noise, but it just was what it was just a noise. Like, that's it. Just what it was.
And then one time there was, I don't know, like a trash can fell over or something when I was on my way into a place. Yeah. And there was like a very stereotypical cat noise, cat screech. And I was like, man, that's like a cartoon noise.
That's so funny.
That wasn't a great one. Okay, just a cat. That was stereotypical. Yeah, for real. That was like anybody could find that sound bite anywhere. So I guess we should probably cut to the chase here on this one. Unless you got any other final things to say or to display about this game.
No,
I think we should give our verdict.
let's do it. Let's give our verdict.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Now at the end of the game, it does say to be continued.
It
So
does, yes.
there is potentially more to this game than meets the eye. Um, it's a really good example of an Unreal Engine 5 indie game. So it just shows what indies could accomplish with
Yes.
Unreal Engine 5. So it's a cool idea. But overall, I am gonna have to pass. I
Yeah.
don't think this was really worth it. I really don't. I wasn't that scared. It didn't last very long, and it was kind of, I don't know, they alluded to the conclusion. They
Hmm.
gave a lot of hints as to what the conclusion would be, and by the time you got there, it's like, yeah, okay, I kind of figured that.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I just wasn't really blown away by it, and I just wouldn't recommend anybody go out and buy it. There's plenty other scary games out there that would probably give you more bang for your buck. That's just my opinion, though. What about you?
So I have to say that it's a pretty good game. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good. It has a couple nice scares, mostly because of the sound design, but I would also agree that it is definitely a pass for me. Uh, with that being said, though, if you did want to try a dark phobia game, I think I would pick up Graveyard Shift instead. It's also $6.99, and I think that game has better scares in it, in my
Okay.
opinion. I feel like that game's freakier. Maybe it's just because it's a graveyard setting, but in my opinion, I think that game is a better one.
I guess they have a tendency to make like security guard games, because weren't you like a security guard of a graveyard?
You are a security guard in that one as well. That's
Huh.
kind of interesting. You're a graveyard security guard. Maybe they are a security guard.
Maybe. It's a good premise for a scary game,
For
because
sure.
like night shift, staying up all night in spooky settings, trying to keep it safe when anything could happen. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
classic night at the museum kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Anything could happen. Okay,
Dang.
so two passes
Two
in
passes.
one episode.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's our
I'd
first
say,
time.
yeah. Last time I wasn't a pass. I was a play on the last game,
Yeah.
and you were a pass, and
I
now
was.
it's both of us.
Oof. It's not looking good for the next one.
It's not?
I don't know. Two passes? I pass, then we both pass.
And then all three of us are gonna pass next.
All three of us will pass. Maybe we'll both
Yep.
play. Maybe
it'll be so bad that we'll have to triple pass, even though there's only two of us.
Yeah, we'll have to I cannot recommend this game. Not even a little bit.
But we'll just have to see, because we're gonna spin the Great Wheel of Games to find out what we'll be talking about next episode. Before we spin the wheel to find the game, we have to add a couple games to the wheel. So,
Yeah.
Tooth, you're first. What would you like to add to the wheel?
I'm going to add a game that came out September 18th, 2024 that
Cool.
has very positive rating in Steam right now, 176 reviews. It
Ooh.
is called Slackers Carts of Glory. Step into the world of Slackers. Picture this: you and your friends run out of drinks and the store is closing. Hop in a shopping cart, the ultimate eco-friendly marvel. Master the art of riding an unpredictable beast. Discover shortcuts as you pave your path to glory.
Oh, it's okay. It's a kart racer.
It's a kart racer, yeah.
It's literally a kart racer.
Literally a kart racer, yeah.
Oh, this looks goofy and fun.
It looks fun. It looks like a lot of fun. So
okay,
I picked that one. It's a new one. I was like, we haven't done a game like that yet. So
no, that looks interesting. I'd be down to play that for Player Pass.
What about you?
Me, I will be adding to the Great Wheel of Games. I'm going to be adding, ironically, another racing game. It looks like it's called Parking Garage Rally Circuit.
Okay,
It's a game that just came out yesterday, September 20th.
Dang, new games.
Yeah, it looks like a game that I was playing called Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom.
Okay, yeah.
But it's a parking garage rally circuit game. I guess you're racing through parking garages and around parking garages and around parked cars and really tight spaces. And it has goofy controls, it looks like, and it's from the sounds of it, from the trailer on Steam, it sounds like it has a really fun like ska soundtrack, which
to it.
I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, and it's got very positive reviews as well already. So hey,
Nice.
I don't know, might not be a pass depending on what we spin.
That's kind of cool. We've added two racing games, so
yeah,
exciting.
that's funny how we were thinking the same thing. That's fun.
All
Well,
right,
shall we
ready?
spin the wheel?
Let's do it.
The great wheel of games.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Hey, Slackers, Carts of Glory.
Oh, dang! That's the second time yours has
know.
gotten picked immediately.
It does. It almost doesn't seem fair.
Is it rigged?
It might be rigged. I don't think it is, though.
Slackers, Carts of Glory.
It's on sale right now.
Cool. I like sales.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, then I'll have to download it right after this episode.
Time to cart, baby.
In between episodes, we'll play this game. We'll come back next episode, have a fun discussion about Slackers, Carts of Glory. If you guys want to join the discussion, feel free to pick up the game, play alongside us, and come back and maybe you'll have something to say with us in chat, and we can have a fun discussion together.